Not a bad camp for the night. It's working. Alright, it's the morning. It is time to get a... Well, I can't really talk until I've had a coffee. Getting out of here when I close both latches, which I have to do for bugs, can be a little bit tricky. It's cold. Not a bad camp for the night. Sun is just popping up over the ridge. So today is looking like we're having a pretty good day. I was going to tidy up this morning. And then we're heading off for a bit of an explore to a really cool spot for a swim. But to get there, there's a lot of forward driving. And then I've got a lot of jobs to do this afternoon. And then we're going to cook a good dinner. There you go. That is why I carry a coffee machine like that. Because having a coffee in a spot like this, kind of unbeatable. So I just kind of skipped the boring part of the day. A little bit of work time. Just chuck, we got Starlink. No, not Fedjar. We got Starlink Mini, so I can run the business and stuff while we are traveling. But now it is time. Now it's time for breakfast. What do we need from the fridge? Omelette. Oh, an omelette. Sounds good to me. Eggs, ham. But it would not be cooking in the back if I didn't instantly forget something. I need the cheese. It's actually crazy the amount of people that talk about this being too squishy for two people to cook and do whatever in. Yes, it is obviously not the best. Like a caravan is going to be better for two people cooking. But that would still also be squishier than a normal kitchen. But this, it works very well. You just kind of have to be like a little cooking team. Like when someone needs something, you just got to ask. You can't normally grab it yourself unless it's your two drawers that you're kind of in front of. I think people just like to complain really, especially in the comment section of Instagram and TikTok specifically. I feel like people on YouTube, you guys here watching this, way more like understanding of how different people's setups work for different people. I know the audio might not sound the best, but I kind of am trying to play into what it's actually like. Because the water is right there. So if I had no water sounds going in the background, it would just sound like we're in a sound booth. But I kind of like the little ASMR going on in the background because that is what we're doing.
Breakfast is served.
Well, this is cool. Oh, I thought it was going to be small. That's massive. All right, I don't even know if I need toast for this, but we're toasting some toast. Did I just put barbecue sauce on an omelette? Yes, sue me. I like barbecue sauce. Because barbecue sauce goes on everything. Tomato sauce, not everything. Smashed it. Oh yeah. I'm just gonna eat my omelette now. Alright, so it is time to leave camp and we are going to go for a fun forward drive. Maybe a little side mission into town. Well, I'll show you why we're going into town when we get there. We had the Max Track under the car so that we won't sleep on it. But and like the way in and way out of this little camp spot that we're staying at, completely free by the way, is pretty cool inside big mountains up there somewhere. And it's just a bit of like corrugations and stuff to get in and out, nothing too bad. But worth it when you see the spot that we're going to in just a little bit. Get off the road. So we made a bit of a blunder and we realised we went the wrong way and now we have to drive through this. It's called Ivanhoe Crossing. It's like pretty famous. There's really good fishing here as well. Where you just gotta roll the dice with the cross. And there is a little island for the halfway point, which I think is where most people pull up and fish. And I'll pull up there and then you can cast off the sides and stuff. So some people like walk along here and fish in the white water, which is where the barramundi are. But then you just never know, there could be a croc sneaking up behind you. I don't like fishing that much, so I will not be doing that, but I might go off the bank later.
Well, I don't think I took a single breath then.
Yeah, my car keeps having this really weird issue where it will not go out of four-wheel drive. It will do it eventually, normally when I stop at like a traffic lights or something. But just then I just stop, pulled over, put it back into four-wheel drive, back into park, and then it still doesn't go out. So now I just have to drive in four-wheel drive on the road. We've arrived at the first stop and now I'm gonna go show you what it is. And our first stop for today is delicious. After that very, very important first stop, we are now back on the road, driving out of town to go to a bit of a fun adventure. I think we're going to do, I can't remember the exact number. I think it's 15 river crossings. And they're not shallow. Like some of them will tickle the bonnet, maybe, depending on how high the water is. But we are in dire need of a swim, and this is like one of the only spots around here that you can really swim properly. We've not been able to put our head under the water and like really swim for quite a while, so this is going to be quite nice. So we have just pulled over, grabbing these, because we have to pretty much go around that mountain, and then we go like through a valley into it. So I'm just going to be letting down the tires. If you don't have these things, these little auto deflators, you should definitely buy them. I just got mine set down to 25 PSI. By the time I do one side, walk back around this side's done, and then walk back around the other side's done. It's just way better than mucking around with like a single deflator. This is just an Amazon brand. Lots of brands make them, probably better quality as well. A little bit of a bonus for this track. Some of the car should get a bit of a clean, especially like underneath. I'm hoping it'll clean up the doors a little bit. This is pretty filthy. Tires are down. We should be cruising a lot more comfortably now. I will just join us when we are on the track because this bit is kind of boring. So we are now off that corrugated road and onto the little four-wheel drive track. I think it is only about 7.8 Ks, so not overly far, but it is a very fun 7.8 Ks. I did this last year sometime by myself. Also, we're gonna play a little game and count the river crossings. So I can't remember exactly. This might take a while. So far, it's just a little bit rockier than I remember and way drier and dustier. Crossing number one, I promise it gets a bit more exciting than this. Maybe pretty much exactly 20 meters down the track, you're straight into another one. And yes, I know you should always walk your river crossings. The only reason I'm not is because I know that these ones do get driven quite a bit, and I know what paths to take when there's multiple options.
All right, we're on to number 3.
So I've just pulled up and it's time for a very quick story time. Last time I was here in this car, I was parked over the other side of this little crossing and I seen a guy in a stock, well, a little bit modified Hilux roll up to this little crossing here. And I just seen him stop and then he must have just gained some courage. Also, this guy's really nice, so I'm not trying to do him a dirty. And he just flew straight into this puddle, sunk straight down, his bull bar pretty much underwater. And he got stuck and then he just looked at me with the most shocked look on his face. So I quickly like drove over, got the winch out, hooked him up, and then we pulled him out the other side, and his like camera gear, all his fishing rods were inside his car, all fully saturated, and like he had vinyl flooring because that kind of saved him a little bit. But it was a bit of a laugh and he was a really good sport about it. I'm gonna be doing this one because I don't fancy being stuck there for a few hours.
So I'm gonna walk across super quick because I'm scared of everything. Might even pick it up a notch.
now. We've lost count of crossings, but we'll put it up on the screen.
Whoa! Holy sh!
The traction control was on then, so the car hated every moment of that.
Honestly,
and it
same.
started like jittering. That's why it probably looked a lot harder than I'm guessing number 8 now.
Yeah, probably.
Another small one.
Couldn't even see it. It was that small.
Another one. From memory, this is one of the ones. I do really want to one day, in one of those river crossings, with someone with a bigger car, make them drive really quick and get my surfboard and try and surf the bow wave. I think that would be so fun. This will show you. You can't even see the end of these things anymore. They just kind of go forever.
Different tree.
Just kept going down. Look at how high it went up the door. It's like most of the way up. Oh, did it go in the tailgate? Nah, he didn't make it up. Oh, that's good. Yeah, our tailgate seal is failing a little bit, so water can just splash into the roof fitter, which isn't ideal. Finally, I think this is the last one. And make sure I'm not going to hit that giant boulder on your left.
Yeah, you good.
Oh, this one's deep. Long track, but fun track. So, I kind of lied. The funnest part of this whole thing isn't even the drive-in, although it is really fun. One of my favorite little tracks. It's how you get to the swimming hole, which I'll just show you when we get there. Just pulled up to the car park, and I actually have another little funny story. Full of funny stories today. This hat here, this rod and gun hat, kind of cool. I believe it was sitting on the floor right there a year ago when I found it.
Now it's mine.
And now it is. There was no one in the car park, so I knew no one was coming back to get it. So I just yoinked it. But before we start the hike, it's a short hike. I have got to fill my water well up and then organise my camera gear. This water jug sucks. I meant to stab a little breather hole. If you do that, it spills water everywhere when you're driving. So I opt for a little squeeze. All right, camera gear. Camera bag, good. Oh, I just scratched my car. And we are the only people here, as you can see. So we will have our little pool to ourselves. This is Living Barry. I'm also stomping my feet a lot because if you look back there, turn around, it's a pretty snaky walk. One little bit. Look at all the fish.
Whoa. Our own little river crossing.
We have to do feet river crossing.
Is the water cold?
It's nice.
Haven't put my Crocs in four-wheel drive.
Hopefully there's no water snakes.
Are you kidding?
So this is one of the swimming spots. This isn't what we're here for though. To get where we want to go, see that little bit of rope there? We're going to have to rappel up this waterfall and go more up to where that palm tree is. So enjoy us trying to get up this waterfall. The rope has been cut. We'll make it work though. I'm going to get up here without slipping and then put my camera bag down and help load. So look for the parts that have like lots of rough, not the smooth. There you go. Good job. Okay, now we walk further this way. Don't worry, I'm not going to bore you with too much waterfalling and exploring. But I will show you like the final swimming hole. We're getting a bit mountain goaty now. We've only travelled like 100 metres. So this will give you a perspective of how steep it is. But it's worth it because we are now here. Here's your little infinity pool. And then behind it, one of the coolest views I've ever seen. What even is this? How is that a real thing? Palm tree, mountain range, infinity pool, clear water. Insane. Yeah. Oh no! So the swim is done. We are now nice and clean. and refreshed. But I'm just going to quickly move the car back there into the shade because it is time to cook some lunch. Also, we're getting a dust problem.
Oh, stop it.
Oh no. We made a tailgate seal, which now no longer works. So we're gonna have to double side tape that on later.
However, since we opened the window, that is so much better. Yes,
Yeah.
that is real bad.
And it's all coming through this window as well. If you look down here, that I'm okay with that. But this is the problem. So I might have to try and figure out something to solve that. And for lunch, we are having hot dogs. It's also not a very exciting lunch, but that's all right.
Lunch is the worst one on the road.
Yeah, lunch is just the easy one, the most convenient. But dinner is the one we normally splash out and make something special for.
Yeah, but I feel like thinking about things for lunch is worse because I don't want to do dishes in the middle of the day.
Yeah, yeah.
And how many sandwiches can you eat before you turn into it?
I just quickly counted the amount of river crossings that we did. I don't know where I got 15 from. It was only 8 this time. There was like a lot of dried up ones and stuff. But I suppose it's 16 if you count backwards and forwards. So I didn't lie, really. Good enough. And here is our fancy lunch.
Don't let it roll off.
We don't even have tomato sauce, so we're doing barbecue. We may get put on a steak for doing this, but we'll see you in the car. We are leaving this spot and we are just going to punch out on the track. I won't film it unless something interesting happens. You'll just see us as we're leaving the spot and heading to camp for the night. I've got a lot of jobs I need to do. But first, we're cranking the aircon and having an ice cream break. Here's your friendly reminder, if you haven't had one of these splits, if you haven't had a split in a long time, it will remind you of your childhood. Ice cream surrounded by ice pulp.
Best of both worlds.
We just kind of skipped ahead. We are now at, oh, that looks like a good spot. We're now in the area where we want to camp tonight. Similar spot to yesterday, but we are trying to find a better spot. This one here, there's people down there. So have a look in this little spot here. We've got some water right there, nice little river. Oh, is that one up in there? Oh, okay. Looks like I'm going to drive up and around to that. Around and in here. Oh, that would be pretty good. Oh, the fishing would be better here as well because there is less flow. So it looks like a good spot, but I don't know if you can see all of those insects. So we might go for a drive, see if we can find a better one, maybe with a little bit more flowing water. And then if not, we'll come back to this one. So it's just like a massive riverbed with river stones, but they do get boggy in some parts. Well, we're thinking we'll go drive around here towards where we stayed yesterday and see if there's any good spots. So down here is looking good. I can go down there or over there a bit more. We'll drive down and see how flat it is.
At least we can put our feet in there and I can see.
Yeah. There's like a really shallow pool, so we'd be able to actually sit in the water. So here's camp for the night. Let's get set up and then get straight into the kind of stuff that people don't really show you when living in a car camper thing. Funny interruption, me and Lauren were having this discussion of where that big spider went this morning.
Why is he bigger now? I reckon it's a different one.
It's a different one.
Oh, no. Where are you going?
Okay, it's too fluffy to kill. Three, two, one. He's just so stuck to it. Back to the regular program. So we have a bunch of jobs to do. Get inside the camper. So a few things I need to do. My bench top, as you can see, has cracked because it's split from the screws. So the whole thing can lift up and down as you're doing corrugations and stuff. That's gonna break. I need to fix that. The under table lighting, which lights up under here, is on the same switch as our roof lighting. And there's a lot of times when we want this one on orange, but this has to stay on because it's not on a separate switch, which isn't great because it attracts a lot of bugs. So we want that to be on and off with a switch that I got, which I'm gonna drill in here. So we just have a little switch. All right, now the camper is all set up, we can get going. What do I need? First drill. drill. And then we also need the rest of my tools, which is nice and convenient to get to. So the wire that I need to figure out is the one under here. So these like more raw, uncut vlogs are really new to me. So I'm gonna need some persuading if you guys like these or not. And we're about to go on some really, really fun adventures where I'm sure plenty of stuff is gonna break, and we're gonna be doing a lot of things and obviously living in the camper. So if you wanna see these, I reckon I would settle for 500 likes for me to do a part 2. Be pretty much the same thing as this, but just going to different places, seeing different things, driving on different roads, hit like. Or if you want to see other stuff inside these videos, that's something you should definitely leave as a comment. Enough of me talking, let's get this thing fixed hopefully. And there's a solder joint in here that I'm just gonna cut and then crimp my little spade bits on, drill the hole for this in that tabletop, the one that I unscrewed from here, and then it will work. Okay, so I have just chucked the spade bits on. Anyway, let's have a crack and try and get it to work. It's not, oh you idiot. Plug the thing in first. Oh, it came on. It's working. So now I just need to mark roughly where this is gonna sit. Time to drill this hole. Cool, got that lined up. Now I can drill this out. I'm just gonna get the little switch to test that it's the right side. Oh, I just burnt my knee on the drill bit. So the switch goes in nicely. Small predicament. I don't think the spade is gonna get on there, but I have a step drill bit, which I might just use to drill just a little bit out, and then that will let me get the spade on. See if it still threads in. I probably could have stopped the one down, but that'll do. Now, if all things go according to plan, I should just be able to plug this in once I remember the wiring. I need to also make sure that it will turn on. We're in business. So that kind of took embarrassingly long. Now I've got to hope that I have the right size drill bit. Yep, that'll do. Because I'm going to drill down the bench top. Well, re-drill the bench top. I got a bunch of different screws from Bunnings the other day. I got chipboard and timber screws because I wasn't really sure which ones I wanted. Silver I like the look of more. So a little tricky bit about this is there is the under table lighting, which we just fixed, and that hangs over, it's about 2 centimeters. So I need to make sure I miss that, but then also go through the bench top. I might need a measuring tape, I think. So I do not want to mess this up. That one worked. Now we're gonna go one here and one here. Hopefully these ones also work. Another success, last one.
I'm not going to say this too loud so Lauren doesn't hear me, but I nicked the LED light by like the smallest bit, but it's still working, so hopefully when I put the screw in it still is fine.
There you go, way better now. Ain't budging at all. Job number 2 complete. Can't even remember what the others are anymore. And so job number 3 was supposed to be fixing the old tailgate seal, but it's just so filthy, and we don't have like any terps or metho or anything to give it a good scrub. So I think if I did stick it on, it wouldn't really do much. So I think maybe tomorrow when I go into town, I'll pick something up so we can actually clean it properly and re-stick the seal down with some better double-sided tape we have than whatever this was that came on it. But that's it for now for the jobs. I'm gonna quickly dump this footage onto my computer, and the cooking, which I think you're all gonna like up in the canopy camper at night. This is really different for us and for most people to see cooking in a setup like this. A little bit of a time jump. It is now nighttime and we're gonna take you on a cooking experience. So you can see now why we wanted to make these lights not on the same switch as those ones. Quickly turn it on, Loz. Because that just attracted so many bugs. Quick turn off. But now we can open up the tailgate, because one small design flaw of the setup, tailgate and this whole thing needs to be open to get to the fridge. So when we need to get stuff for dinner, we have to open it. Actually, do we need anything from this for dinner? No, we do not. Anyway, we'll have some Fanta. And it is a fun process to climb in here. Chuck your head out, grab the tailgate, push the bin bag up because we haven't climbed it yet. Close it. But then you have to open the window and reach all the way to that one. Because if you don't latch the further one, when you turn all the normal white lights on, the bugs come in through that gap. And then now we can turn the switch on and turn these to nice light, and now we have full HD we can see. And a bit of a fun turn of events for today. Our mince for our spaghetti bolognese is probably 35 degrees Celsius, I reckon.
Pretty much cooked.
It is probably cooked. Delicious. Prob's not going to eat that. Vegetarian spaghetti it is. We're going to make vegetarian spaghetti. Let's just have Fanta for dinner. We also have a little spider friend.
Get him. Get him. Great. Go. Get him. Get the insect. Eat him. He's got one.
This place has actually had too much wildlife.
Oh my god, get him. Get them all, you know what? I'll keep you in here if you eat them all. So yeah, these little moth things keep coming in here every night. It's honestly only been this spot. I'm glad that they're not mosquitoes, but they have been rampant here. And sorry, spider, I'm going to kill you because you're not allowed to sleep in here. We are thinking that we are just deciding to have some like olive oil based chili pasta that we make for lunch often. Basically it's just chili flakes, Italian herbs, olive oil, salt and pepper, lots of garlic, and we chuck in just one little thing of like tomato paste and then like a cup or half a cup of the pasta water, which just helps like thicken it all up. And it actually tastes really good. But the only thing, if we do have this for dinner, normally we chuck chorizo in it, and then that makes it like slap because the chorizo oil stuff.
Or prawns.
Or yeah, prawns is good. It's probably going to sound like a silly thing, but having water on tap filtered so we can drink this and then also use it for cooking and stuff. It is probably one of the best things we did on this setup. And also another good thing we did with this setup is these pots with the handles. I think these specific pans, not great. They're kind of fine, like they work well and the removable handles are really good. But the actual pots themselves, like this part here, we have some friends that had a different brand and this was so much more, like so much thicker and felt just better quality. And we've noticed that we have to cook on like, on like almost the max setting for it to actually do anything. I'm just assuming it's because this isn't heating up and then holding the heat because the induction turns on and off. They do still work. We might just look at getting a better brand in the future.
So's Dad.
We've also started, because we've been getting hounded by these bugs, we've started every Marvel movie from the beginning, which is a bit of fun while we're cooking. We kind of get through half each day and then finish the other half the next night when we're cooking. It's a bit of fun, a little bit of routine. I feel like I need to justify that we're not being city slickers when we're saying the bugs here aren't cooked. Like I showed you the ones up there. And even that side there, you're like, oh, that's kind of gross. And then you get to this side. Look at that. I mean, they're outside, which is good. Oh, look at that. I feel like we have a pretty good appetite, a pretty good like tolerance for the bugs. But that is cooked. But the reason we're kind of stuck at this camp for a few more days, we're going to start the Gib, which is a very long 4-drive road. Some of you might not be familiar because some of the people watching are from America and other countries. But it's a pretty cool long road, lots of cool stuff to do. But it is on fire currently. Pretty common for Australia. So we're kind of hanging around here for a little bit. But if you did really like this video, do not forget to like it, because that's how I'm going to judge whether it's doing well or not, is if the hopefully more than 500 of you that are watching this video actually click the like button or leave a good comment. I will continue doing it. But if not, I'll just go back to the normal style of videos. We're doing a full ghetto dinner tonight. Normally we do use the air fryer to make garlic bread.
Or the sandwich press.
Or the sandwich press even.
The bug went in our...
I know.
Water.
Oh, yuck. Oh well, lucky it's coming out. But we can't be bothered, and we don't want to open the inverter to get to the other power plug. So we will do it in a pan, and it will not look great. I promise if we do another episode of this, we'll cook something cool.
Yeah.
Garlic bread looks fine. Not great. But then, funniest part, I was putting the pasta away, no one paying attention to it. It burnt. Now it's burnt also. Enough talking. Let's make dinner. Let's have dinner. Just smother the thing in cheese. Nothing ever tastes bad when it's covered in cheese. So today was actually a bit of a long day, but it was very fun. Got lots of stuff done. And of course went on that good hike. But this is where we're going to end this video. So let us know if you want us to do more like this.